Am I ever gonna put makeup on again? I don't fucking know. I will at some point, I'm sure. I'm coming at you first thing in the morning. Well, not first thing in the morning. I've been up since for like almost 3 hours actually. I've been up since like 4:45. Um, excuse me. But I feel like I'm supposed to do this message this morning because my hair looks just wild and crazy. Like normal, it's just out of control. I've got definite island hair. My hair's totally fitting for the island. This angle's really weird. I'm like down here, like because I don't have my tripod. So, anyways, um, I'm feeling a lot of shifts happening in me, in my body today, especially talking to Becca Sawyers, who was she's one of my friends on Facebook, first of all, one of my good friends. She was also one of the facilitators in the Anger Embrace workshop, or was going to be, and then things changed and for her and around everything, it worked out perfectly. But anyway, she came to me recently and she's like, oh, I really feel like I'm supposed to be doing a women's empowerment retreat around body acceptance and positivity and everything. And I'm supposed to do it with you in Hawaii. And I've already gotten visions about it and messages that that's what's supposed to happen and it's supposed to be with you and all these things. And I'm just like so grateful and amazing. But it's interesting as she's talking about things, like my heart center is like opening up in this way that like not opening up, but like a confirmation that I'm supposed to be like doing that in this huge, massive way that I can't even like explain. Like my intuition is overwhelmingly on point right now from being here and from being led to be here. And yesterday somebody in the live asked me, I don't remember who it was, asked me, do I feel more connected to Hawaii? And I was like, I had to stop. I was like, I don't really feel connected to Hawaii. I feel more comfortable. And today I feel super connected to myself and I feel a connection to Hawaii because of that. And when I first came here, I feel like I was like, in my mind, I was like, oh, I'm being led to this sacred, beautiful place that I'm going to feel super connected to. And I feel like the island was like, no, we led you here to be connected to yourself, because the connection to Hawaii being the main thing would have been yet another crutch, so to speak. So in other words, I've been really big on not, for the agoraphobia, right? Not having like I use tapping as an example just because it's easy. Tapping helps a lot of people to release things. But for me, all I could think about was great. So now I'm just going to have to tap every time I have to leave the house. Like I'm not gonna be able to do that, or I'm gonna have to talk to a certain person. Like I don't want a safe person. I don't want a crutch. I don't want any of that. I want to give it to myself so it can never be taken from me again. And so I feel like Hawaii put me through, especially the first day of stuff, and some of this initiation of being pulled away from like the whole world. Really, I'm 30 minutes away from getting groceries, right? Which I love. I love this place. It's incredible. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that there's a space that I've been pulled away from. And the anxiety and the overwhelming feelings of just not feeling safe, really not feeling comfortable in my body or my surroundings to a whole that was broken away by being here. It's only not even 2 weeks I've been here. On Wednesday it'll be 2 weeks that I've been in Hawaii. Today's only Monday. So anyways, I feel like the island was like, no, it's not us, and it's not the island itself that you're going to feel super, super connected to, because you didn't come here to feel super, super connected to us, or any place for that matter, as a whole, like a lifetime thing. It's supposed to feel like you're connected to yourself, so that wherever you go, you will always have that feeling of connection and home. Like you're going to feel connected to places and situations and people, but the main huge overall feeling of safety that you were hoping to feel here or any other place or any other person, we're going to make sure we give that to you, so you have that no matter where you go. So that feeling of, I have a big affirmation I say all the time, I'm my own safe place, really is going to be actually felt and realized. And when you start saying affirmations and they aren't true yet, that's the whole point of them, right? When you're not true yet, what happens is the universe literally conspires and starts to work for you to actually for that to be true. So when I started saying the affirmation, I'm my own safe place, the only way that I could get that was through feeling unsafe and giving it to myself. Because once you've given that to yourself, then there is nothing and no one that can take it from you. It makes you unbreakable. It makes you, so if you go through any heartbreak, if you go through any accident, if you lose limbs, if you end up paralyzed, I mean, you're just going through you lose a child even. I mean, that's something that I don't know if I can totally, I don't want to totally speak on because I don't, there's a grieving process, obviously, that would go through that, but I'm not trying to spiritually bypass that or any of this stuff for the most part. I think there's still a sense of grieving and a sense of anything that goes through any type of loss. But in the end, what happens is when you have that foundation of I'm my own safe place, that grief and everything happens, and then it leads you back to that foundation. So it can never be taken from you. It can, if this safety, this foundation is a person and that person leaves, the bottom drops out. If you're doing tapping or some other modality that helps you get out of the house, and then all of a sudden one day that's not working, the bottom drops out. You're down here again. But if this is you all the time and you get to realize that this is your stuff, no one can take that from you. No one. You're unbreakable in that sense. So while you still are going to feel contrast and you're still going to feel grief and you're still going to feel pain and suffering and like the world is fucking ending, there's this feeling in the back of your mind. My hair is tickling my face. There's this feeling in the back of your mind and in your body at the end of the day, or when you close your eyes so deeply and you're so like in your grief so deeply, there's this voice that's whispering, that's reminding you that you're your own safe place and that no one can take that from you. So that's really what's happened here. And so today of all days, like when Becca's talking about, there's two things that happen. When she's talking about the women's empowerment retreat she wants to do, I have such a yes knowing, like my knowing about myself, of things I'm supposed to be doing, where I'm supposed to be going, who I'm supposed to be speaking to, all those things are so heightened now. It's like, I'll give you an example. I had a friend of mine who reached out and she's like, oh, there's a place May 1st, which I'm basically going to be here till May 1st, maybe, just as long as I really need to is what I've been told. So, but May 1st is what, would be probably happening is when I would be looking for my own place. Anyway, she's like, a place is coming available for May 1st. And my friend's like a shaman and she's like this priestess and she's amazing. And she's like, I would just love to live there, but I'm not ready to move there just yet. And I was like, oh my God, that sounds so perfect. So she made a group with us, and my friend introduced her in this beautiful long way of introduction of how gorgeous her friend was on the inside of her soul and all these things. And then she introduced me just as well. And I was like, oh, hi, so-and-so. It's so nice to meet you. And thank you, Lauren, for that beautiful introduction. And the other person read my message and never said anything. And like 24 hours has gone by and she still hasn't said anything. And I'm like, you know what? I instantly knew, like before I came here, I would have been like, oh, I'll give it a day, or I'll just like, whatever. And now it's like, no, I don't want to live with anybody who would do that, who would see such a beautiful introduction by another person who finds her to be amazing, her friend and my friend, and then have me, this other person who might be your possible roommate, to be like, hey, hi, nice to meet you, and then have you read it and not say anything. Like, I'm good. Like, and I just, like I said, the old me, which is literally like 2 weeks ago, it's so crazy, would have just, been like, okay, well, I'll just whatever. And now it's like, I just know. And so when Becca's talking about this empowerment retreat, it's going to be happening probably in like 6 weeks. It's going to be a 4-day event. It's going to be obviously here in Hawaii, like I said. And it's going to be epic. And I just have this knowing of, yes, like this huge feeling, this overwhelming, like my intuition is just tenfold. And this is what happens when you follow the signs of the universe and the signs of your soul and your higher self, and you take the risks and you work through the anxieties and the emotions of feeling like your world is crumbling and you're crumbling, because you fucking are. I mean, I'm going through a spiritual awakening here. I am definitely going through that, and I feel there's a calm and a peace that is happening inside of myself and my body that was not here before, and it's only going to continue to grow. And I had my friend Jen tell me, she's like, I just get this feeling that you're just going to be speaking differently, and like your energy is going to be totally different, and you're going to be speaking softer, which I do feel like that's happening, but I still have my powerful voice obviously as well. But I think it's going to be getting more of a Zen feeling for me instead of this, I don't know don't want to say aggressive, because I am aggressive, but I do have a very passionate staccato way to my personality, and I think I'm still always going to have that to some level, but I do feel like I am shifting. I mean, at the end of this month, I'm going to be 45. I'm going to be 5 years away from fucking 50. There at some point, usually, when you're doing work on yourself, a certain type of peace, when you're doing deep work, a certain type of peace and more zen feeling and flow does start coming from your energy. And I feel like I'm coming into that space and in that part of myself. And yeah, so I just really wanted to share that with you guys, because this is today. I know the spring equinox is happening soon, or is happening, or I don't know, it's coming up. And I always feel big changes around spring equinox, you know, fall, autumn, or whatever, winter solstice, the moons. There's another on, I think the 28th, the day before my birthday, is the full moon. So that's going to be coming in. All of the readings that I've been drawn to listen to have just been talking about how I'm in this. It's weird. I feel like you're in this period of like waiting, or like this period of transition, and it's coming. Like, and I know a lot of readings say that, but it's like it's specific to like the stuff I'm going through. Like, it's weird, and they're all saying it's leading into material financial abundance, and like, I'm just like, yeah, I have a little bit of money here to be able to invest into some women's empowerment retreats, because it takes money, you guys. You know, it's going to be probably about $5,000 to $7,000 to rent out an Airbnb for 4 days for the amount of people that are going to be coming. And this, we're looking at probably 8 women that are going to be called to do this, are going to be chosen. And I say chosen because this is not going to be. This is not work for not for the faint of heart. In fact, I haven't even shared the screenshots of the women talking about the Anger Embrace program, and that's not even what we're going to be doing on this one. But when women come together in a container, healing starts instantly just from being there. There were women who were saying they were having shifts, because I did a messenger group chat for everyone before the workshop even started. And just from putting them all in that container, women were saying they were getting shifts just from being in alignment with those women, just from being activated. And they were being activated just from being in there. It was insane. So 4 days is going to be a lot of work. One day would probably, not probably, it will change these women's lives. 4 days is going to be epic on levels I can't even predict, because I couldn't even predict what was going to happen in the Women's Anger Embrace workshop. And this is going to be on a whole new level, because it's going to be in person, which is going to be 10 times more just activating. So I'm super excited about that. And I'm just so, I don't really have words. Maybe I'm not supposed to have words for it, but it's so open and in alignment and in flow and intuitive. There's just this intuition that's happening, and anyone that's going to be working with me, anyone that's going to be signing up for my programs, my coaching, my healings, I mean, any of the things, especially if you're wanting to do this in-person retreat with me and Becca. If you know anything about Becca Sawyers, on her own, she's epic. Okay, go look her up on Facebook. She's activating just by looking at her, and I'm not even kidding. So, yeah, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be incredible. And so the more in alignment I get, the more powerful my programs are going to be, and the more powerful my healing is going to be, and the more powerful life-changing experiences women are going to have by working with me. And so if you feel called to work with me, let me know. I am not in a space to do that right there at this moment. The island is definitely telling me I'm supposed to be taking some time. I've been trying to do the last day of the Women's the Anger Embrace workshop for 3 weeks now. Internet's gone out. The other facilitator's gotten ill. There hasn't been space. Like, it's been crazy how the island is like, not yet. It's really making me just not do anything. But I feel like that might be coming to an end soon. Maybe. I don't know. So, there's yawn for confirmation. Okay, that's coming to an end soon. Now, my idea, and I just looked at the timer, and it was 14,444 as I said that. So, okay, I'm just going to trust that. So anyways, I just wanted to share, because it's important that I share these parts of my integration happening, because that's really what's happening. There's an integration of myself and the island. And I do feel connected to Hawaii today. I can say that yesterday, I couldn't say it. I say, yeah, I do feel connected, but it's like this, like, it's so powerful here and it's so sacred here. I just don't even think I was vibrating yet. It's taken me 2 weeks to be able to connect because it's so intense and it's so whatever. I think the only way I could have connected the way I was supposed to was to connect with myself first so that I could open up to the actual island, and I'm starting to feel that now. Oh, it's just really intense, you guys. Whew. This is all so magical and amazing. I'm just so grateful. All right, till the next time.